morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday or Tuesday. Let's get back to that tile job. It's a beautiful, I don't know what you would call this, Irish weather, all right, British weather maybe. Nice and dreary little fog. It's like a mist in the air. I love these kind of days. Anyway, let's get to the job. See you there. Alright, let's get to grouting. We're going to use this non-sanded grout. White, bright white, I think, up to 1/8 of an inch. It's the standard what you use for these tiles. Let's get to work. Alright, now, when working with the white grout, especially, where's the color name on this thing? Here we go. Bright white. It's never really white, but it's close, especially when it gets wet. But you really want to use a very clean bucket. Obviously, I wouldn't use this because some of this gray is going to fall off into the grout. I'll use it for a water source. Other than that, you don't want to do that because you're going to contaminate your grout a little bit. If it's a darker grout, well, that won't matter. A little bit of gray fleck in there won't do shit. With this stuff, you've got to be careful. Because it's very white compared to everything else. Sounds like just straight up powder. Don't be fooled when you put water in this. You look like you didn't put enough. You put more than enough. Just let it get in there because this stuff's it's so powdery. Just let it start to clump like that. And then you can add a little more. If you don't do that, and it's like, let's say you're at the end of the job and you just need to do a little bit, you're gonna screw yourself because you're gonna turn your mix into like a water grout, and that's just not gonna work out. So just do it in portions. Be mindful. Add a little water as you go, and you won't screw the pooch, as they say. Just get a little water in certain areas, mix it more. Just clumps in the middle. That's pretty good. Now on the floor, I'd probably make it thinner, but this is not floor grout. In floor, you always use sanded for the most part because it's more structural. Take the abuse. For the walls, you don't really want it too thin because good luck trying to move that around on the wall. It's just going to slop around. You want it thin enough so you can spread it with your squeegee here. But you definitely don't want it runny. Just a tad more water. I'm really splashing all over myself. And I'll make batches of this, so because this stuff dries really quick. I'll make batches of it, so I'm not halfway through the job. I'm not like trying to scrape out a brick. You know, working in areas like I'm gonna do the shower first. This will not be enough for the whole shower, but again, work in sections, and then you know exactly your mix will be right. And that's basically the consistency. You know, smooth, smooth, smooth. And let's get to work. All right, let's get this on the wall, shall we? Kind of want to just stick a bunch up there, and then you can start working it around. And then you kind of want to get it like that's perfect right there. If you could stop there and sponge that, it'll turn out nicer, but you'll learn as you go. You might have to go back and touch something up. It happens, it's life. But also you don't want to go, you see the grid lines? You don't want to go dump, 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 because then you're sinking in. You want to go at diagonals. So you're skating across the surface like so. A little bit in this corner because this whole tile's all fucking cracked right here. Not much we can do about that except complain about it. See that mix I made? That wasn't even enough for this little section. It goes quick. See, I'm going in this corner. When I go up, I actually have the trowel on a slight angle. It's not square with the wall, because then I'd be dump, dump, dump. So you push it in there. You just put that tip in the corner at an angle, and you strike it down. And then all those are nice, you know? And your adjacent wall, clean up your excess, because it's going to harden there, and then it's a little more annoying to clean up when it's hardened. It's not the end of the world. This stuff really, it's almost like a compound. Once you sponge it, it starts turning back into its mixing version of itself. And after I typically do one wall, like I'll do this whole wall, I'll sponge it. I'll do that whole wall, I'll sponge it. You gotta go back multiple times, especially with white grout on dark tile, and sponge a bunch of times because there's always that film left over. It's annoying, but it's just part of the process. Sometimes, you know, I have clients that have, you know, housekeepers, stuff like that, so, you know, they're not gonna pay me to do it, sponge it perfect every time, or they'll ask me not to because they'll have their home care person come in, and since they're going to do it clean anyway, they'll just clean up the last film for me, which is, I prefer that anyway. Save me a little bit of cleaning. It's kind of boring, so not too shabby. Now, I always use warm water, big old towel sponge. You want to go in circles like so, if you can. Sometimes you got to go in other directions to get a piece. But just a slow, see how it's a little too much water in my sponge? So really wring it out, it's still wet. Just circle around, circle around. And then it'll be a nice even coat all the way around. Your lines will be straight. I mean, there's no perfect, but you really kind of want to, like that film, leave it. Because once the lines look good, step away, let it cure. Because then the second time you sponge it, you'll be taking off less material. You know, there's always going to be a little shit stuck in there. Get it out while you can, because you won't be able to do it later. Again, it's more important just to keep your lines straight. If there's touch-ups, big deal, come back, touch it up. It's not a major concern by any stretch. And you don't want to leave a lot of meat here because I'm going to silicone this, so that's going to do the real job. Obviously you want to fill it, because the more you fill, the less silicone you got to put, which is always nicer to have a thinner silicone line than a thick old blobby one. But you can see how that's turning out. Not too shabby for very old tiles. Well, they're 70s. It's not very old, I guess. I don't want to defame the 70s. My first truck was from the 70s, and I would much rather have that truck again. I think it was bulletproof. Anyway, a lot of this is by eye and by feel. These tiles are old, as I keep saying, and they've been installed improperly, so the lines are all over the place. So you kind of just go until you feel, you gotta feel like you just, all right, that's fine, leave it alone. Walk away, you know? You don't want to keep sponging it, because the more you sponge, the more you take it out. But I want these lines to stand out because it's a new grout line. Like if I did this from scratch, I'd make these lines thinner. They would not be that thick. But with these old tiles, they got a lot of chips everywhere. The more grout I leave, the better it's gonna look in the finished product. We go from there. And I'm not pushing hard at all. I'm just kind of gliding on that surface. That's what you want to do. The more you push, the more you're going to take out. See how it smooths and feathers it out? It's just, that's what you want. You'll see little bubbles and pockets pop up once in a while. It's nothing to concern yourself with. Nice, even, flat. You don't want to be pinching and pushing, or unless you're in a corner and you have to. That's not a big deal, but on the flats, keep it flat. The sponge will work around the tiles where it needs to and do the job for you. Look how nice that looks already. Well, bring back the 70s, baby. Bring back the 70s. All right. What you want to see, like that. Kind of hangs on, you know? Perfect little mixture, at least for my needs. Everyone's going to be different, every system, every compound, everything's a little different. So that's why Grandma always cooks by eye, you know, because then it turns out great. All right. Alrighty, see the film that comes up? That's nothing though, you just leave that. Let these lines really cure, and then you can come back and sponge it down. That'll be perfect, and you're not gonna mess up your lines very much at all. Pretty cool. That's all done. Now to do out here. Whoa. All right, let's grout the rest of this, shall we? All right, there's your new grout. Gonna have to come in tomorrow first thing and wipe it down again, but that's life, because it'll look like that. I'll end up cleaning all this up and get to some crown molding, hopefully. We'll see. Gotta prime your crown molding, and then we're gonna put a nice coat of semi-gloss before we start cutting and installing. So all you have to do at the end is minor touch-ups. Let's get her done. Alright, let's get this crown molding started. Alright, you can see I got backing up there first. A little bit different on the mirror because I don't want to blow it up with a nail. Now we'll get the crown going in. Nice. Always have a test piece for your corners so you know you're shooting them square. All right, everybody, that's the date. Let's go home. I'm tired, hungry. Miss my dog. I miss my dog. Anyhow, let's make like Tom and Cruise. It's funny, I walked to the truck with my knee pads on, which I was, it's kind of funny, but when I walked to the back of the truck to put them away, I realized my water bottle is on my bumper, so it's a good thing, right? Everything happens for a reason. Tired today, but it was a good day. All the grouting done. I got the crown molding installed. Tomorrow I'll come and do the touch-ups and finishing of it. Patching the holes, caulking, all that simple stuff. Clean off the tiles yet again. It's like you gotta clean, especially white grout, you gotta clean it so many fucking times, it's nauseating. And you should, whatever. I like to finish it off with a wet rag, because the sponge, it's such a fine foam, that it just holds on to that white powder so much, even in perfectly clean water, that a sponge or a towel won't do that. It'll wring out and it'll actually pick up more rather than lace them back on. So that'll be the finishing. But it's pretty cool, looks good, I like it. The walls are actually the same paint as the trim, because it's the bathroom, so it's semi-gloss. You don't really want to go near flat paints in the bathroom. I already said that, they just act funky. So do that, and it'll match like perfectly and blend right in. Now, what was that? I heard some crazy sound. Anyway, that'll be nice tomorrow. It's gonna look like spick and span and beautiful. Caulk it, patch it, paint it. Excuse me for a moment, so I don't die getting on. Oh, sorry, car. Sorry. Woo. Kind of cut that car off a little bit. I know. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it, but I did it. Yeah, it's a good day. Good day. I like days like this. You know, help the plumber out too a little bit with that fucking stupid fucking toilet. It's such a weird, fancy toilet. It's got a 3/4 braided hose on it. It's crazy. 3/4 inner dimension, which is, you don't need it that much for a toilet, but I guess you do because it's tankless. Fucking stupid. He had to drill a hole through my damn tiles to run a pipe for the shutoff valve. Put the toilet in together. It leaked the first time. We had to adjust the clip, put it back together. Fucking annoying. Fucking annoying. It's like every time you get these fancy toilets, I don't understand it. Like, we figured out toilets like over 50 years ago, how to perfect them, you know what I mean? We don't need to change the remedy on how to make a toilet. We know how it works. There's that bumpy spot. Ooh. That's why I like older technology, man. It just works. You don't have to fucking, again, try and reinvent it. It just works. Oh, look at that cute guy in his Prius with his pink sweater on. Anyway, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Use what works, but you know, they wanted a fancy toilet, so they get fancy problems. It's just held, again, that hose is held together by just a tiny little slip-on clip and a plastic clip to hold the ends of the clip. Like, I don't know. I'm counting that crap. Ah, bridge traffic. Surprise there. Wow, it was flying before we got to the bridge too. Well, it is what it is. Don't bitch about it when you're already in it. Just deal with it. Yeah. No, that bus just cut you right the fuck off. Anyway, it's just those fancy toilets. I don't understand it. Here's what it is. It's installed now, and the second time it did not leak, so let's hope it stays that way, because Jersey water comes out brown sometimes, and brown water and white grout lines turns them brown. I don't have to scrape and re-grout it, and I don't want to do that. I'm sick of doing shit twice. Dude, where are you fucking going? This guy's been in 3 different lanes in the past 50 feet. You're not going anywhere, stupid. Get over it. You're in traffic. Deal with it. Accept your fate, fool. Oh, my goodness. I gotta get a new, smaller miter saw. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but I have a 12-inch compound miter. Well, yeah, compound miter. It's just a miter. Is the compound the one that slides as well? It doesn't slide. It's not on rails. Whatever. It's miter saw. But it's a 12-inch fucking blade on it. And, dude, the thing weighs like fucking 40 pounds or something. It's ridiculous. And I hardly cut trim that's that big where I have to use that. So, I'm going to have to invest and get a smaller one, like an 8-inch or something. Because, again, I just don't need it. Like, I hardly ever need it. It comes in useful for certain things, obviously. That's why it's made bigger. But it's a rarity. And lugging it around is just a pain in the ass. Just to do the crown molding, I needed table saw, which you can see right there, which I love. I don't care how heavy it is. I love that thing. Love it. It's one of the only tools I bought, and I'm like, I would pay more just to still have it. So I got that, got a compressor, ooh, nail gun, hose, and the compound miter saw. All to just do some trim in the bathroom. It's a lot, you know? Whatever. It's done. It's a beautiful Hudson. There's no more real mist in the air. It's still overcast. But yeah, it's a lot. That's the one bad thing about construction work. Sometimes you need like fucking 10 tools to do one little job. It's part of it. That's why you have all the tools, but it's a lot of lugging. That's why I'm lucky enough where I'm able to leave most of my tools on the job. Except the bigger stuff I just take back home because I don't need it there except for that one thing I just did. I'm gonna need it in the future, but we're talking a month down the road. I'm not gonna leave it there for a month for no reason. A lot of guys don't leave tools on jobs because tools get stolen. You know? That's why you have those big lock boxes. Karnak and Home Depot, they make, or DeWalt, they make boxes as well now. And those are cool because nobody's gonna, I mean, typically you bolt those boxes down or they're just heavy enough where it's gonna take at least 3 guys to try and lug it around. But yeah, like my stepdad, he got his shit swiped one time at a job, so he never leaves his stuff at job sites ever. This is the man that taught me the trade. Wow, dude. Come on, Connecticut, first time driving. There's 2 lanes here, buddy. You're in the middle. Oh my fucking God, I'm going around your stupid ass. Fucking women cannot drive sometimes. No disrespect. She's literally in the middle of 2 lanes. There's a white line in the middle. What are you doing? Crazy. She's looking like she can't see, which maybe she can't. Crazy. Anywho, so that was his lesson. I typically take mine home too. Like if I don't really know the clients, I'm not going to leave my tools. But these people I know very well, and I'm getting to know them even more, so I'm not worried about it. And it's a safe area. It's not like it's the hood or something. Well, probably wouldn't work in the hood anyway. They're not going to take tools because they don't use tools. And again, it'd be real sad to lose because my hammer alone is $150. That's just the hammer. And my tool bags, when I bought it, were like almost $400. Like just around my waist, there's a minimum of $1,500. And these people today are driving like what the fuck every time. I don't get it. Oh, redhead. So yeah, that stuff adds up quick. Man, I'm just unlucky today, I guess. I'm finding every slowpoke in the world. Oh, he's like 100. Never mind. You get off the hook. You're old. If you were younger, I'd be crying about it. But typically with tools, you don't just go out and buy everything you need. You just slowly accumulate and you make do, you know? Because it's very expensive. My shop alone is probably $15,000, maybe 20 in tools. It's a lot. It's a lot. And all that's paid off. Just my little bullshit Etsy store. You know, paid everything off there. And that's not even trying. I'm not trying. If I was trying, my Etsy store would be amazing and there'd be hundreds of things on there. I'm not trying. I just have it for those who enjoy it and want it and can go, and then whenever I get sparks of creativity to make something else, I just throw it up there. Pretty simple. In the future, there'll be something different, but it won't be Etsy. I'm not gonna use them forever. I just use them for the convenience. I will have my own site and my own billing processes and all that. Hopefully in the middle of the woods somewhere. goal, people. That's where I want to be. I want to be in a forest, surrounded by trees and animals that taste delicious. Now it's 55 degrees out. It's warm. No wonder I feel a little hot. Pretty cool, man. Spring's around the corner. I look forward to it. Truck's already up to temp. Another flippin' toll. Time I have to drive through a toll, I just hear ching-ching. C'est la vie. Oh man. Excuse me. A little tired, I need some food. Maybe a beer. Smoke. Just chillax. I'm gonna work out tonight. I think I'm gonna train some back. I'll read a little bit first and then train some back. Ooh, fucking roads are hilarious. Yeah, definitely gotta train back. Usually when I feel the body parts lacking, that's what I train. Usually. Again, I'm a very instinctual kind of person. I don't really like routines. I mean, I have routines, obviously, but I don't really follow workout routines or anything like that. I just listen to my body. I did everything when I was younger. When you're younger, you can do everything. I was bulletproof in my 20s. You can smack me across the face with a baseball bat and I'll just keep walking at you. I know that can happen because I remember I was on a job site, hanging off a second-story building, swinging a hammer to hit in a bird block, and I just missed the edge of it and missed, and boom! Just blew up my whole nose, broke it and everything. Just got down, saw I was safe, cracked it back in place. A couple blood rockets shooting out, and went right back to work. Well, I had a cigarette, then went back to work. We're in the middle of nowhere. You don't go to a hospital for a broken nose unless you're stupid. No offense if you've done that. Because they really can't do anything for you. Just do it yourself, crack it, make sure it's straight. It's gonna heal how it's gonna heal. Now there's obviously different circumstances. It's pushed all the way in your freaking face. That's probably different. It's like fingers. I broke my fingers. Get them straight again. Put a little toothpick or whatever, not toothpick, but a popsicle stick cast kind of thing, just a brace. It's gonna heal how it's gonna heal. Try and move it once in a while. Broken knuckles, broke that knuckle, broke this knuckle, fucked this thumb up. They all still work. You know? Like, unless I'm like gushing blood and I just can't stop it somehow, I don't go to the hospital for anything. I don't even take painkillers. I don't see the point. I just don't see the point. Like, I remember I used to be sick at least twice a year, every year. Once I stopped taking pain medications, like Advils and shit like that, and I started, drinking a lot more water, I just don't get sick anymore. Except, obviously, whatever, kicked me right in the balls on Yule. C'est la vie. Once in 10 years, that's pretty good, right? I'll take that. Again, everything is about tolerances, and we all put poisons in us, so just be mindful of how much and how often. Everything's about balancing. You gotta balance things or you're gonna be out of balance. That's where the word disease comes in. It's a dis-ease. You're out of balance. That's how it shows up. You do something too long, and it could be something very basic, but it could be affecting your body in a certain way. Like you can be allergic to something and you just continue to eat it because you like it, like cheese or something like that. Some people are just allergic for some reason, whatever. Certain genes kick on and you're just allergic. That happens as well. So it's good to listen to your body. This is my truck. I thought I heard something. On my street. Yay. Maybe I'll be able to back in one shot. All right. Oh my God, are you blocking my driveway? Nope. Little piece of shit car. It's a piece of shit car. Gotta go to my neighbor and get my money too. Oh. Alrighty, folks. Let's make sure I hit my block. Nice. Well, hope you all enjoyed the video. Hope you had a good day. I had a good day, so I hope you did as well. If you like, please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Any comments, any questions, please leave it down below. See y'all tomorrow.